Welcome to the Faroes News Report.
Good to be here. We've got quite a mix today.
We certainly do. On the news front, we'll be covering the Island Games controversy, the H-building repairs saga, a search operation in Greenland, conditions on Faroes ships, fishery agreement oversight, and the Vestmanna Tunnel.
And then shifting to opinions, we've got pieces on fixed rooms, the big Suðuroy tunnel debate, and an ethical perspective on abortion.
Right. Let's start with the Island Games. There's a campaign picking up steam, mainly from the Isle of Man, against the Faroes hosting in 2027.
Yeah, the core of it is the Grindadrap, the pilot whale hunt. Opponents are saying it conflicts with the values of the games.
And they even mentioned potential harm to athletes' mental health.
That's the claim. The Faroes coordinator, Solby Christian's daughter, she's aware, but apparently the campaigners haven't reached out directly yet. It's that classic culture versus international pressure point.
Okay, moving domestically now to the H-building repairs. A real headache, it seems. What's the latest on the cost?
Well, Landsvik responded to an inquiry, but the final number still unknown. An inspection last year pegged at around 14.5 million DKK, but crucially, with significant uncertainties.
Significant uncertainties. Not ideal for budgeting.
Not at all. They've authorized 1.6 million for immediate leak repairs in 2025. But the plan now is sort of two-pronged.
How so?
There's the physical fix, trying to get the building usable in 2026, and then there's the legal track, figuring out liability, which could drag on for 2 or 3 years.
Okay. And there's more money requested for 2026.
Yep, 15 million proposed for the climate screen repairs, and those legal fees suggest they expect a fight.
Right. Briefly, there's also a search underway near Nuuk in Greenland.
Yes, a large operation looking for a foreign single-engine aircraft, possibly crashed. Details are still scarce, even on how many people might have been on board.
Okay, we'll watch that. Let's shift to the maritime sector. A survey about the social environment on ships.
That's right, from the Maritime Authority. Generally positive, about 70% satisfaction. But, and it's a significant, but 20% reported bullying or harassment.
1 in 5. And was there any pattern?
There was, actually. It seems more common among younger crews, that sort of 26 to 35 age group, and specifically on smaller fishing vessels, those under 500 gross tons. Gossip was even more widespread. 72% reported experiencing it.
Interesting demographic data there. Now, staying with governance, there's an inquiry about fishery agreements.
Yes. Arne Dam is asking the Prime Minister why major international fishery deals aren't always going to the Lugting, the parliament, for approval anymore.
Is there a specific example?
He points to the 2014 mackerel agreement, huge value, like 5 billion DKK, but approved by an official, not the parliament. The question is about consistency with the law, specifically Section 52.
Big money, big questions about process. And speaking of big projects and questions, the Vestmanna Tunnel inquiry.
Right. Grimmer Sunstein noted that preparatory funding 75 million DKK that was in the previous government's 2025 budget proposal, well, it's gone from the 2026 draft.
So, a potential delay or shift in priorities for that tunnel.
Looks like it. The plan was to start planning after the Tjørnuvíkurtunnelen was done, but removing the funding sends a different signal.
Okay, let's move to the opinion pieces. First, VP's editorial on fixed rooms or safe consumption sites.
VP's stance is basically that it's premature for the Faroes. They argue the drug problem isn't on the scale of places that have these rooms.
So what's their alternative suggestion?
Focus on enforcement. More supervision, tougher penalties for smugglers, rather than facilitating consumption.
Got it. And then a very different kind of debate highlighted in an op-ed about the Suðuroy tunnel.
Yes, Liljan Way his piece. It was quite stark. She quoted the consultants, Norconsult, describing the proposed design as being outside category.
And that's not good.
Definitely not. The concerns are huge. Firstly, safety, a 23-kilometer single-bore tunnel without the kind of escape routes required by Norwegian or EU standards. It's a major worry.
Wow. And the other concern?
Cost and financial risk. The piece argues the investment is massive relative to the Faroes' GDP, like maybe 20%, and that the cost estimates aren't transparent, possibly too optimistic. A huge gamble, basically.
A gamble on safety and finances. Finally, a reader's letter on the abortion debate.
From a retired nurse, 75 years old, arguing against the proposed free abortion up to 12 weeks.
What was the core of her argument?
It focused on the ethical dilemma for healthcare staff. Their oath is to protect life. So how do they reconcile that with performing an abortion on what's medically a healthy pregnancy? It frames it as a deep conflict of conscience for the professionals involved.
It's a very personal, professional lens on a national debate.
Absolutely. It really highlights the individual ethical weight alongside the broader societal discussion.
Like and subscribe to PAL's Fundamentals for more content like this. Sources linked below. Sources linked below.